Welcome to Speedy Walkthroughs, where we show just the important stuff to beating the game. For first time viewers, this will look different to a normal walkthrough. It will show just the essentials, so you don't need to spend a long time watching this video. I won't talk about fighting specific enemies unless they're very difficult, but I will show you where to go and what to do. Today we're playing Sonic Blast for the Sega Game Gear / Master System, and it was a really late release on this, 1996. We're going to be 100%ing it and getting the best ending today, which involves collecting all 5 Chaos Emeralds. Now the first thing I'll talk about in this game is the controls. It is pretty floaty. You're not going to be able to slow down very easily. So for that reason you want to be turning around well in advance. It's got all your standard Sonic things, like you can spin dash by holding down and pressing the jump button, and then when you let go of down, Sonic will go forward with a lot of speed. You can also do normal jumps as Sonic, just like that. And you can do a double jump out of any jump. So as soon as you're jumping, you can hit jump again and get a second jump. That's going to be really useful for you. But essentially you just want to be spin dashing to the right and then making your way through the levels. So when you're rolling, you want to keep holding down and right, because that way when you hit the ground you won't lose speed. If you just hold right, you're going to lose a bit of speed every time you hit the ground. So you just keep down right held for basically the whole game. The game does also give you the option to play as Knuckles. The main differences here is the jumping attack. So with Sonic, and you jump and you press jump again, you get a double jump, whereas with Knuckles you get a glide when you do this. The other thing to note about Knuckles is that his spin dash is just a little bit slower than Sonic, so it's going to feel like a bit of a slower experience playing as Knuckles. When you can glide onto a wall and Knuckles will latch onto it, and when you latch onto the wall you can just press up or down to climb up or down that wall. Really good for long climbing stages. Each level is going to have one of these hidden rings to find. In Act 1 of each stage, they'll send you to a special stage which gives you an extra life, and in Act 2, they'll send you to a special stage which gives you a Chaos Emerald. The extra life ones we don't need to worry about too much, but the Chaos Emeralds we do if we're going to 100% this game. So the main point of this walkthrough is going to show you where these rings are to get the Chaos Emeralds. The first emerald we'll find is in Green Hill Zone Act 2. You want to play the level pretty much normally. You'll come down this pipe, go left, and then fall down here. And then after you fall down, you want to jump up here to the right. So take the up path rather than the down path. You'll make your way through this section and you'll see yourself the ring. Now with these special stages, you're going to need to get 50 rings. And when you get to the end, if you have 50 rings, you'll get the emerald. And if you don't have 50 rings, well, you won't get the emerald. There's blue zippers that'll boost you forward, there's red springs which will boost you up, and then there's the bumpers which will boost you backwards. So keep an eye out for all those. Generally, if you're not sure, it's best just not to take the zipper or the spring, because sometimes the game will throw you a curveball, and if you take the zipper or spring, you won't be able to get the rings just behind it. So you got to be really careful. Once you get all 50 rings, you'll get the emerald at the end of this special stage, and there's 5 of these stages all up. Next emerald is in Yellow Desert Act 2. So you're going to play the level pretty normally. Go to the right and take the upper path where you can. And then you're going to fall down this section. Again, keep going to the right until you fall down here. And then you're going to go to the left where all the holes are. You want to take this one, then spin dash left. And then when you get out of this one, jump up and right. You'll get into the special stage. Again, this is just a matter of collecting 50 rings. And if you can do that, you'll get the emerald. Next one is in Red Volcano Act 2. So we're going to start up the level here and go through these couple of loops. Then we'll drop down and go to the left. I'd recommend hitting a checkpoint before you go into any special stage, just because then you'll come back to that checkpoint. But here it is. Up there, and again it's just getting 50 rings to try and beat this special stage. This next special stage is probably the more complicated one to find. So it's in Blue Marine Act 2, and you're going to play the level pretty much normally. So just head to the right here, then to the left, fall down, keep falling down. Jump across these little platforms, go through the pipe. Hold right when you come out of the pipe, otherwise you'll get pulled left just like I did there. And you want to nab this checkpoint if you grab that checkpoint, you'll come back there when you finish the special stage rather than at the end of the level. Now the special stage is kind of just to my right here, but there's a door blocking it from being accessed. So you can go through this hidden wall and hit that switch. And then if you come back through that same hidden wall, well, you can access the special stage. And just grab yourself 50 rings to finish it up. Now with Silver Castle, I will show you this whole stage because it's pretty non-linear. First level doesn't have an emerald in it, but it's worth having a look at. So you just basically want to head to the right in this first section, and you'll see this one on the floor. Then when you come out, you want to head left. You'll come down to this spiky wall that will chase you, so basically you just need to wait till it starts moving and then spin dash to the right to escape. Then you just head to the right here, and that's the first act completed. First act's pretty linear, like there's a few warps that can take you here and there, but you'll find your way to the end pretty quickly. Second act is a bit more confusing. So Act 2 has the emerald as well, so we'll head to the right here. And then we're going to fall down here, but just kind of take a ride onto that bridge, and then we'll take these warps linearly to the special stage. And there it is. So getting 50 rings, my advice for this special stage is you want to snap to the side, like as soon as you get rings on the right, hold left straight away, because they'll often go right, left, and if you don't hold left straight away, then you won't get to the other set of rings. Once you know that, the special stage isn't too bad at all. And we get all the Chaos Emeralds. No Supersonic in this game, but we will get a secret final boss afterwards. Alright, so going through the level normally again, you just want to jump up here, but then instead of going right here, we're going to fall down. Then here, you take a straight left in this room. And then you fall down this bit. There you go, right and left. Now here, you're going to need to open the door. These ones don't matter too much. You can use these ones if you want. They don't really do anything. The real ones that are important are these ones here. So you basically want to rotate it a set amount of times, and if you can do that, then you'll open the door basically. There we go, we got all the reds filled out, so that warp is now active. Then we'll just go left here, fall down and go to the right to finish our level off. Alright, the last boss, well, sort of the last boss, can be a bit tricky, so I will show you how it's done. You want to wait on the wheel until you see where he is. Now if he's right, you're going to hold left, and if he's left, you're going to hold right. So there he was right, and I held left. Now, he can change sides, so there he went left, so I was supposed to hold right, but you won't know that right away. Pretty much what you want to do is you want to wait till he stops shaking, and once he stops shaking, you hold the other way. So right now, if he stops shaking after this shot, I'd start holding right. And that gets the thing back to like the middle. So if he goes left, you just keep holding right. But if he doesn't, then you quickly swap back to holding left and go back to where he was. Because if you just try and do it on reaction alone, when you see him, it will not work. You won't be quick enough. So wait till he stops shaking, then hold the other direction. If he doesn't move, you quickly swap back. And if he does move, well, you keep going on holding that other direction. Anyway, he takes heaps of hits, but you will get him. And then if you have all the emeralds, you're going to get this secret boss after. So you get this little cutscene and then the secret boss starts. So with this boss, what you need to do basically is just jump on the bottom bit and then it'll press the switch to make him vulnerable. And that puts the up arrow on his head and you can jump on that up arrow. So I'm doing it here to show you it without damage, but if you do take damage, it's going to be a lot easier because you basically just jump up through the head and then land on top of it while you take damage. But either way, you just want to keep hitting the bottom bit and hit that up arrow to attack him. Eventually the bottom bit comes detached and starts moving around the boss arena, so you just got to keep your eye out for that. There we go, and that's the secret boss completed, and that's also Sonic Blast completed. So the ending cutscene's slightly different there. Sonic grabs an emerald if you've beaten the game 100%. And with Knuckles, there's a similar situation. So that's going to be all for this video. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this content, then a subscription is always appreciated. I should have more coming out like it soon.